Hey, James Miller here, your go-to for entrepreneurship and personal development advice. Today I'd like to talk to you about 3 hacks that can help you be an expert in any field. Now there's plenty of experts out there, right? Or experts, right? People who say that they're gurus or know-it-alls about whatever field that they choose to say to choose that they choose. But really, what does it take to be an expert? I mean, it takes a lot of time and effort, and it takes a lot of knowledge that you need to gain over a period of time. You do not just wake up one day and you are an expert. You've had to go through and build the mindset, the habits, and the skills to become an expert in a field. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are not truly experts. But if you want to become an expert, here are 3 hacks that you need to learn and use to become an expert in your field. And this is in any field. I mean, whether you are an entrepreneur, or you are trying to be a teacher, or you're trying to be a police officer, I don't care. If you want to become an expert in your field, you need to do these 3 things, okay? Number 1 is you need to have an action plan. And it's mind-blowing to me how many people with time management, such a issue, right, that they don't create an action plan. But you know, you're different. You want to lead the field. You don't want to be stuck in the crowd. So what you need to do is create an action plan. Now, what does this action plan have to have on it? Obviously, it has to have the actions of the day and also the importance of each action. Some things are more important to get done than other things. Some things you need to do every day. Some things are not as important, and maybe they could be pushed off to tomorrow. And maybe some things you need to delegate. Some things that somebody else can do, and they'll save you some more time. Maybe it'll cost you a little bit of money. Maybe it won't. But either way, it's more beneficial that somebody else does it. The last thing you also need to have on this action plan is you need to keep it with you, and you need to track how long it takes you to complete these tasks. That way, you have a better understanding of your time. Thus, you can try to improve on how long it takes you to do each task. The number 2 hack that you need to do is you need to read faster. And you're probably thinking, oh, I already read as fast as I can. How's this going to help? Well, for one, you need to gain a wide knowledge of information and be able to explain it to other people. So I hope you spend some time reading. Reading is probably the number 1 way to gain a bunch of knowledge, and there's plenty of actual experts out there sharing their knowledge so you can become an expert as well, but through the form of reading. So how are you going to get through the reading? I mean, I know for a lot of people reading is very tedious and time consuming, so what do? They just push it off. So what can you do to read more? Well, you can read faster. Now, a lot of you are like, reading faster, I already read, like I said, as fast as I can. Well, that may be true, but what's the last time that you actually try to improve your reading skills? And I can probably say that the last time was when you were in some form of grade school. And that's just the truth for most people. After you get through grade school, reading is just what you're expected to do. There's no actual learning on better ways and faster ways to read. So what I recommend is that you check out this book called 10 Days to Faster Reading. Honestly, I felt for a long time I was a slow reader, and I probably was just about an average or below average reader as far as the speed. I'd comprehend fairly well, but my speed was down. And after reading that book, I tripled my reading speed, and I either kept my comprehension, or in certain aspects, I actually increased my comprehension. So be sure to check out that book. It really helped me out. Now, 3rd hack is to speed blog. Now, obviously, if you're going to be an expert, you're going to have to share what you know. You have to teach others what you know. That's what being an expert is about, right? So how can you teach people your knowledge? Well, you can either teach them through the form of a seminar, or you can teach them in a class or one-on-one, or you can write a book. or you can write a blog. Now, my personal favorite is the blog. The reason why is because you now can use the leverage of the internet. You can put out information, and it actually can reach more people at one time or at many other times, and you do not have to be there. The only issue with blogging is that it can be very time consuming and an actual time killer if you let it be so. Meaning you can really just get too involved in your blog and you want to get out all of this content to people, and then at the end of the day it just eats up your time, which is obviously what we're trying to get rid of time. Instead we're trying to not waste time and not take up more time. So, speed blog. What does that mean? Try to do a blog in 15 minutes. And I know for you, most of you, it'd probably be really uncomfortable. How am I supposed to get all of my content in 15 minutes? Sometimes less is more. And the fact is, if you can get more content, more information about a bunch of stuff, more people are going to go to you to be their expert. If they see you're just having 1 or 2 blogs a week because you're taking all this time to write the blog, if instead of you giving out content like every other day or every day, more people are going to end up believing you as an expert. So speed blog. Now that you know the 3 hacks, I'm sure you're just ready to be an expert. You're just chomping at the bit, right? But do you have all the tools necessary to be an expert? You know, in today's internet society, I think blogging and a blog is probably the most important tool to express yourself as a expert in any field of your choice. However, I know there's a lot of questions that come with blogging, right? Like, how do you start a blog? What does that entail? Do you have to know code? You know, where can I learn more information? Well, the last one's a great question. You actually learn more information in my blog below, and blogging really has become easier to start than ever. I mean, well, at least if you know the right people, right? Because there's ways to have your blog set up so that, you know, it's already professionally done and customized to how you want it to look, and you can just get started right away. And the best part is you actually can become an expert in your field and make money while doing it. So if you're interested in blogging, be sure to check out my blog below, and be sure to comment on this video, please. With that, I'm James Miller, and I'm out.